Rob, did you remember to pack the travel washing machine?
I know she's only joking, but there are some lists that are getting longer and longer and longer of things that you must take, and they do include things like travel washing machines.
So it doesn't matter what cruise line or cabin type you are on. I guess there are some things you could take that would make life more pleasurable and more enjoyable in your cabin.
There are certainly some things that we take that we think enhance our cabin life.
Hi, we are Rob and Ali, sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel. Here are just our tried and tested top 15 must-haves that we take along with us to make life in our cabin more pleasant and luxurious. I was going to say bearable, and I thought, no, I'm not going to say bearable. You're on a luxury cruise. Here we go. Top on the list.
Top on the list, and I would not be without these magnetic hooks. You've seen them everywhere. You've seen them on your YouTube channel, but we use them for everything from hanging our day bags up to hanging our caps on to hanging our laundry on. They're just so versatile. In fact, we even use them for putting up the picture of the beach when we're on an inside cabin.
Yeah.
Quick tip for the magnetic hooks though, get the big ones. If they're on the vertical wall and the wall has got a coating on, it's got a plastic coating on which reduces the magnetism of it, if that's the right word. And if you put something heavy on it, they can slide down. So just get the big hooks, biggest that you can find.
Another tip is to make sure that you have your magnetic hooks by the door so that you have your grab it and go items. So as you are getting ready to leave either for the daytime or for the evening, hang your bags up on there, so it's your daytime bags or your evening bag, and start popping your things in them as you're getting ready in the morning, and then it's all ready, grab it and go. You won't forget anything like your sunglasses and things. Put them in a little bag. There you go, off you go. Next is the laundry bag. Again, it's on everybody's list to take, but I'm seeing more and more that people are recommending taking a pop-up laundry bag. The only thing I would say about this is we've tried them all and they don't work for us, simply because you have to collapse it, you have to take everything out, find another bag to put all that dirty laundry in, to then pack it again in your case. So we now take a bag that fits in even when it's stuffed full of dirty laundry. It will fit straight into our case, right in. And when we get home, out it comes, and it goes straight then into the washing machine.
The washing machine.
If only you'd packed that washing machine, Robert, I wouldn't have to be bringing it home at all.
Actually, our laundry bag has got a zip on the top, and if it's stuffed full, as you said, we just zip it up and put a tag on and send it out with the suitcases. It's like wheel it out of the terminal into the back of the car.
We've got laundry covered. The other thing we've got covered is a first aid kit. We always take a first aid kit. Now, we're not thinking about things like bandages and the old eye patch that you see in first aid kits.
We do have those, though. We do have those.
I think I've taken out half the bandages and stuff, a few plasters, that kind of thing. Our first aid kit is actually full. It's like a medicine cabinet. So it's full of all those things for those pesky little illnesses that you will get, like a bit of sunburn, seasickness, diarrhea, constipation, bites, stings, cold and flu tabs at the times when you start coming down with that cold and flu, and then it's like, here, I've got the old Lemsip, in my first aid kit. Rehydration tablets, I've got those, the little rehydration sachets for when you've had a day out in the sun, maybe on one of these tropical sort of islands, and you get a bit dehydrated. They're all there. And this is to avoid going where? Where do we not want to go, Robert?
The medical centre. We do not want to go to the medical centre. No. We don't want that cost, even though we have insurance that covers the majority of it. It just saves you saves the trip. Thinking of which, actually, some of those things we've not used for a while, we probably should check the dates on them.
I think you're right, but they're all must-haves. They're all like just in case. Now the next one. Are you going to leave this next one for me, or are you going to talk about it?
I'll leave the next one for you. I think this is right up your alley.
Who misses? So the next one is, I guess it is a little bit girly. So because you're having to share a bathroom, obviously, even with your nearest and dearest, they're very confined spaces. And even if you're on a balcony upgraded cabin, you don't have a window. You don't have a window to open to let all the lovely fresh air in and all the odorous air out. So you're stuck just dealing with the air freshener thing going round. So we have tried, again, I have tried all the different sprays and deodorizers. Best one I can find is called Nil Odor. Nil Odor comes in a little tiny bottle like this. Now this is science. This isn't masking a smell with some rose smell or lavender or something. It's a scientific based product that eats the odor. So you just pop it on like one of the little flannels, leave the flannel up in the corner of the room, keep dabbing a little bit on each day. Keeps the whole thing absolutely sweet and lovely.
We are not affiliated to this product in any way at all. It's just one that we found works very well.
It works so well.
And it's a tiny little bottle, so it doesn't take up too much space.
It's cool. What's the next one for us?
Shoe caddy. We would not be without this, to be honest with you. It hangs up in the wardrobe or hangs up behind the wardrobe door or wherever we can find to hang it up. You've seen the ones, they've got little pouches in. The amount,
shove your shoes in?
The amount of shoes we take, by the time we've got our day shoes, we've got our evening shoes, we've got our deck shoes, we've generally got 4 or 5 pairs of shoes, which can be messy on the floor or even worse, trying to put them in the bottom of a wardrobe. The shoe caddy just hangs up and puts them in there. It's a great, and if you don't fill them all up, you can use it to put other things in, like your caps or your anything.
It is. I think, and I was going to say, I think it's because we're getting older. We walk around the cabin, obviously, without our I don't know what you think. What were you think I was going to say then? I'm going to say glasses. We walk around without our glasses on, and we end up.
I can't walk around without my glasses on. I can't see.
I end up
bump into the shoe caddy,
falling all over these shoes. Shoe caddy sorts all that out. We wouldn't be without it. Next thing is on the shorter cruises that we go on, and actually I think we have been on a 7-day one where we've had indoor cabins. Just depends what we can get. On the shorter ones, obviously it's a lot more economical to get an indoor cabin, and we always then take one of these tapestries from
it's an inside cabin. They're all indoor.
He loves telling me that one every time I get it wrong. I can't say it right now because my brain just keeps going to it's to give you the opportunity to tell your dad joke, I think.
Yeah, there are no outdoor cabins.
You could have stargazing cabins. There you go. I've just invented something new. So these are they're the tapestries that you get from kind of Temu and Shein and those sort of places, but they are fantastic. They are a few dollars, and they have pictures of kind of the sunsets or the wide ocean, and it is amazing how much wider the cabin looks when you put those up. You use your magic old magnetic hooks and you hook them up in the corner, and you've doubled the space in your cabin. The illusion.
It does work, actually. It really does work. I was sceptical the first time. Some friends of ours got one, said, "Hey, this is marvellous," and we got one as well. And I agree, I am a convert.
Yeah. Now,
actually,
the new thing we've just converted to.
This is brand new. Seriously, this is one of the best things I've found for an inside cabin. Inside cabin, obviously, it is dark. There's no light. There's no windows or anything else. And if you need to get up in the middle of the night, you've got to find the light switch and switch the lights on and disturb who you're ever with. But these are little LED strip lights with a magnet on the back, so they'll fasten to the wall, and they've got motion sensors and they're USB chargeable. They are superb. You charge them up. You put them at foot level by the side of the bed, and if you need to get up in the middle of the night, you get out of bed, the motion sets them off. You've got a floor light that's just bright enough for you to be able to see the way to the bathroom. These are brilliant. I think they're about $4 from Temu or Shein.
They're fantastic and they just recharge. There's no batteries. They're as light as a feather, so they take no weight at all.
They are very light racks. They're LEDs. They're just a strip of LEDs.
And I was going to say ladies, but ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have your film star mirror, where you want to get ready and you've got lots and lots of lights, you can put them, have extra lights while you're doing your hair or doing nails.
It's true.
They were such a buy, and they just go in the case every time now. The other favourite, this is another one. So this is We have done it with post-it notes, and we just still do it with post-it notes. And I'm trying to get kind of a fridge magnet memo board. Is my latest thing that I'm trying to find. At the moment, we still just kind of use the big, like how you can get bigger post-it notes. And this is on the back of the door. Doesn't matter how many cruises we've been on. It doesn't matter whether we go on the same ship over and over again. When you come to go out of your cabin door, we go, which way is it to the theatre? Which way is it to the restaurant? And I don't know, you forget. So the easiest is to just put it on the back of your door with an arrow that goes theatre, restaurant, atrium.
Food, fun.
Food. Food. Put a few arrows on, slap it on the back of the door. We do that every time. It makes it so much easier, doesn't it, when you're just leaving, when you're in a rush.
Absolutely.
Oh, now you can talk all about the...
only because it's a little bit controversial. Now, I'm going to start this by saying that not all cruise lines will allow you to take these on board, but the power board is something that we always take, because we'll generally have one or two outlets in the cabin, but we have so many things that we charge that we cannot charge by USB. Now, not everybody's the same. However, no cruise lines will allow you to take surge protected power boards, but the ones with the overload protection, the majority of cruise lines will still allow those at this time.
Now, the other thing, kind of on a similar vein, is the multi-USB charger. So this is one where you have, we always take this. It's like the plug that you put in, but ours, I think, has 5 outlets for the USBs. So many things we charge. Things are now converting to the C?
USB-C.
So we may have to get another one that's got the C in, as things are changing, as we're getting a little bit more up to date with things. They are just invaluable to have, especially at the side of your bed when you're maybe recharging your phone, your watch, your iPad,
LED light strips.
Oh God, yeah, all the stuff that you yes,
now, as far as we are aware at this moment in time when we're making this video, those adapters that purely have the USB ports in, not the ones with the electrical plug socket as well, because we know there's a little bit of
debate over
those, but the ones that purely have the USB, as far as we're aware, there's no issues on any cruise line at this moment.
Now I'm going to do the next one, because this is the kind of thing, you see, I love, and I always take this. So this is, I'm going to say, it's a closable document holder. So a document holder, the one that I actually have is the see-through one with the little press-stud button. So it's like a big giant envelope about that big with the fastener over it. Actually, I'm saying it's me, but we both use that.
Yeah, 5 of them for about $5 from Woolworths. I use them for all sorts of things.
We're big users of those. And when we go on holiday, we always have one. And so we print out any tickets that we've got for any offshore activities or onshore activities that we've booked privately, even though it's on your phone. You know, if your phone dies or you can't get the reception, you're stuffed. So you need to print everything off, and it's just so handy to have all your documents, your tickets when you go on, copies of your passports. We have all that kind of stuff, insurance, even though Robert's very diligent and has everything in little folders on his phone and everything. The paper deal is what we have. Put it in the document folder. That just stays in the suitcase and goes under the bed, but we know where everything is.
I take one with me because I collect all the pieces of paper, all the daily activity sheets and the menus that we can, laundry lists, everything, all that bits of paper.
Right, yes.
I collect all of those so that I can put it on our website for you to be able to see.
He does. He collects everything. Like squirreling it away. Now, on most of the cruises, unless you're going to go to the really top end cruising, and actually we've been on the Queen Elizabeth, and I can't remember the toiletries being that special. So most toiletries we find now are pretty kind of on the economic scale. So when I say recently, so in the last kind of 12 months, I now take luxury products. So all the bathroom products are all the luxury products, and I take special ones, and I try and get them in the smaller little bottles and things that I perhaps would not use daily at home. Well, I don't. We don't use them daily at home in the shower. So I get nicer things because it's a holiday and I want that luxury experience. So we get all the lovely stuff in the showers and things like that. So that's just us. That's what we like to do to make it a little bit special.
I get some really high quality shampoo when I take.
Yeah, it's called head scalp shine.
Okay. Now we always take. Actually, we always take it because we've got our magnet with our name on that we put on. But before then, we used to use the door decorations. So little magnets, just that you can stick on your door when you're coming back late at night, and maybe you've had a couple of glasses of wine. It's so much easier to find your cabin if you've got something on there that you can recognise it with. So yeah.
And you know, yeah, we've got a great big. We think we're obsessed with magnets. We've got one it's kind of the floppy board, but it's got our logo and everything on, so that now goes on the door. But for people, if you've got children, this is so good. Is to decorate the door. One, it's a load of fun to just get a load of these cheaper magnets and put them on the door. But two, when your little ones old enough to go off on their own or go to the kids clubs and things, when they want to come back, do you know, it's so much easier for them to find their own cabin, like even if you're there or whatever, around these long corridors. And you know, the kids they're too busy thinking about ice creams and everything else to be bothered about where they are and looking at numbers and which sides is odds and evens. Get the door decorated. We take them, but I'm just saying, recommending for you. That's a good reason to take them.
We have so many magnets in and around our cabin. If you walk past our cabin door, you might lose your car keys.
Do you think we attract other ships? Do you think it's like, Captain, I can't steer the ship?
Could be.
Oh dear. Should I do number 14?
Oh, we're up to 14 already. There you go.
Yes, we are. So this is something that we always take as well and have. This is actually multi-purpose, so we use it in our cabin as well as during the days and in port days. So this is the kind of it's the 12/24 hour thermos flasks. These are the newer, more modern sort of flasks, not what you'd see kind of the old days sitting at the seaside with their check.
They were glass in those days, and they used to break. Drop them and they break. Most of them are metal these days.
And you need a little check rug
lot more
over
sturdy.
your knees.
I think we've still got the check rugs.
Yeah, I think we have. But the thermos flasks, so these are the ones that you can kind of drink out of, as well as using them to pour into cups and glasses and things. So I use these. There's not a lot of the cruise ships that will provide you with a kettle. Some of them do. And my main thing is to fill them with hot tea or coffee the evening before, and it stays beautifully hot all the way through the night. And then we have a lovely cup of tea or coffee, piping hot, first thing in the morning before we've even got out of bed.
Yeah.
So we don't even have to wait for room service. We don't have to nudge Robert out to go on the coffee run anymore. We just have our own ready there. So they are perfect.
Very handy.
And then we use the same thermos then for cold drinks in the day as we're walking around from activity to activity. Yes, we can go to the bars and we can order a drink, but quite often we will just have that with iced water as we're going, just to make sure we stay hydrated.
Oh yes, especially in the warmer months.
And then when we get off on port days, of course, we will always have that filled with ice and cold water. The bar staff are quite happy to fill your flask up with ice, and then you can buy your bottled water during the day and just keep topping it up, so your bottled water then gets icy cold because you've got your ice in there. So it's a huge tip for not just in your cabin, but it's for
just in general,
multi-purpose.
Yeah.
But the waking up with a cup of tea in the morning. That's
yes,
lovely.
Saves a quick dash down the hallway, or even further, depending on where the cafe is.
Yeah.
Okay, so the final one on here is packing cubes. I'm sure if you've seen our videos before, you will know that we sort of love the packing cubes. Packing cubes are right up there with the magnets. And we have so many of them. We don't go for the expensive ones necessarily. We get some from Kmart. They come in packs of 3 or 4.
Yeah.
We've got so many packs of 3 or 4 of these packing cubes, and we use them for everything, as you will know from watching our previous videos.
The idea of the packing cubes is that you do not unpack everything into the cupboards and wardrobes, that you keep them in the packing cubes and just throw them on the shelves or just throw them in the drawers, and you live out of the packing cubes as you've used things, and they go into the laundry bag, or they just go straight back in, and then you can just repack straight away. But the best of all is we also have a dedicated packing cube for all of the above that we've just been mentioning. So we keep a lot of that stuff that we've talked about in the one packing cube, and we take it out, it goes kind of into our little storage place, ready for the next holiday, which is why, Rob, you were talking about checking the first aid.
You see, you call it a packing cube, I call it a suitcase. Yes, we do. We need to check the first aid, and obviously we need to charge up the things like the light strips and those sorts of electrical things that run off the batteries. I think there's only the light strips, but
that's it. Everything else then just gets folded up and goes back into this one packing cube, and that's our essentials taken care of. We don't have to think about it because it's already there and packed.
Absolutely. Well, that's the end of our list. But one thing I'm going to put it on there. It's not an essential actually, but it's getting right up there recently. Is our USB Blend Jet 2,
yes.
Our little blender that runs on or gets charged on a USB. This is getting right up there. It's not an essential yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't become in the next few months, especially during the summer, because what we do is we get some fruit from the buffet, put it into the blender, whiz it up, and you've got a very fresh whole fruit juice.
Yeah, either Beautiful. With milk or with fresh juice. So I'll go.
I could put some milk in there as well, make a smoothie.
Yeah, but we did some yogurt one for you, but I was using it with orange juice, and then we were getting the fruit. And again, once we'd had our day out, we'd been laying out in the sun, and we just wanted to chill off in the cabin before we were getting ready for the evening, and we just had these lovely fresh fruit smoothies. That is
quite often at breakfast the juices these days are more of a watered down, very sweet version. So we haven't done this yet, but I think what we might do on the next cruise is take it along and get some oranges from the buffet and do it the night before and do our own orange juice to take in for our breakfast.
Quite often it's just a sweet drink, isn't it, with lots and lots of sugar. Not really our thing. So
there we go. Those are the things that we take with us and we find useful and to make our life on board a little bit more comfortable.
That's right.
Yeah. If you've liked this video, if you found it useful, if you've got some tips or some ideas about things that you might do on your next cruise, that's fantastic. Please hit the like, please hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos, and don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, please subscribe. Pass these videos on to other people as well. Yeah. You take care, guys.
Thanks for watching.
See you soon.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.